everybody. Hello, there we go. Got some technical issues there that we got straightened away. We are now starting. Hello, welcome. So if you've not been here before and this is your first time here, you do a lot of lives, but my name is Patty. I am Divine Warrior Intuitive. So most of my tarot is intuitive. Cards are the resource. Divine is the source. Ancestors and whoever comes through on the other side is our source. So I hope this comes with. We are in the new moon energy, but we're at the tail end of the new moon energy because the new moon was on February 20th. This is February 22nd as I record this. And I do some astrology and numerology. So I mix it all together. I look at numbers a lot because on the other side, they do deal with a lot of numbers. And I'm not quite sure how that works. However, I do pay attention to the numerology. And the astrology, of course, is the planets. We repeat over time, same things that happen. So this is a general all signs reading for this. It's going to give you the tail end of the new moon. I'll share a little bit about that and the planets and what's going on with that. But we're actually in the same energies as the full moon. We're moving a little bit away from that, more irritability, things not working out right, things that are frustrating. Should have felt that sort of the first part of February up through Valentine's Day. Things just not working out, making things more havoc than anything. That was several planets between Mercury, Uranus, Mars, Venus. A lot of that happening around the moon and the sun. And now we're moving towards the end of the month. So if you're still feeling a little irritable, sort of like an energy that you, with this new moon in Pisces, it's a new moon, but there's with the other planets, it's sort of like you're feeling like you got to get a lot of stuff done. I need to get all this completed. I need to make sure that it's all tied up and all that kind of stuff. And then you have the energy of the Pisces energy saying, just go with the flow, that kind of a thing. So we're going to sort of touch base on what it is for all the signs. I am going to be doing recordings or live for all signs. So I'm going to go through each one sign. I have a couple days off. I'm going to do that since I haven't been able to do that. And I apologize to Gemini and Cancers for not getting you in on that full moon. I deeply, deeply apologize. It means I guilt myself a lot because I think this is really important for everybody because I do healing tarot as well as intuitive tarot. But this has a lot to do with making sure that I am doing what I should be doing for you guys. So I felt really, really bad about not getting Gemini and Cancer, and it just took off. The week took off, and then we went on vacation. What a mess! I even took my cards to do tarot in Disneyland, and that didn't happen because everything sort of didn't go the way that I had thought it would do. But we had a fantastic time. So let's get started. If you're going to timestamp, I would probably timestamp from this point. I thank you for anybody who does timestamp for me. I don't know quite how to do that yet, other than do it after I record. So I am going to pull a moon card only because we are at the end of the full moon. We're still feeling those energies 3 days after the new moon as it moves on into another sign. But this is really important because these intensities of feeling like something needs to just get accomplished is going to happen. This is an energy but the Pisces energies is saying, hey, slow it down, just go with the flow. You can't control everything. So definitely. All right. So time for healing. This is the balsamic moon. This is a time for healing for many, many of you. This is also one of the planets, guys, that is telling you to really look deeper into yourself, the Virgo energy, to look deeper into yourself. What is happening? It's time to evaluate, why am I holding on to this? Okay, so what I'm hearing is people are holding on to something that they really need to release and let go. With that new energy of the new moon, that's what we do. So when we have the full moon coming into the new moon, we are in abundance. We grow with an abundance. And then when we go from the new moon to the full moon, it is basically release, release, release. So whatever it is you need to release, let go, learn to accept where it is, what it is, and how it is at this moment. It's all going to change. Everything changes because nothing stays the same. That's just the earth. That's just our lives. That's our journeys. That's where it is. And that's what the other side tries to tell us is you guys sweat just the stuff that doesn't really matter. And that's what this time to heal is with this new moon, the final stages of the new moon, going through those energies. So, what is it that you guys need to heal from? What is it that you need to release and let go? That is the energy of the new moon to the full moon. So that's going to sort of go through all the way through March, well, until the full moon, actually. But this is only till March for all you guys. All right. So hopefully, whatever it is that you need to release and let go, that you start doing that. And it takes baby steps. Sometimes you say, people who come to me and they'll say, but Patty, it's so hard. And it is just, it's like I can go ahead and release, and then I start releasing, then it comes back and something triggers me. Yeah, it does trigger you, but it's how you handle that trigger, what you do with that trigger, and where you act on the trigger or not. So if you are going through some type of trauma, yeah, that is going to be a huge trigger. But the thing is, how you going to respond to that trigger and what you're going to do with it, because the trauma and the things that may have happened in the past, they're the past. And to, again, releasing that past, it's sort of like when I did the sexual abuse series on sexual abuse, how to survive it, live with it, or survive it, heal, and then live with it. You always have it. It's never going to go away, but how you manage it, that's the living with it, how you manage with that. Okay, so I don't know who this is for. However, apparently somebody needs to hear it, because Divine wouldn't bring it into the reading or into this session. I call them sessions only because they're not only tarot, it's astrology, numerology, and it's also coaching. And it's just the way the Divine has me doing it, and I do what the Divine tells me to do. Okay. So beyond the ordinary. This was one of the cards last time. This was one of the cards for the full moon energy, and it's the number 9. It's out of the ordinary. He did this for the full moon too. Now this is Divine's card, guys. So if you're first time to my readings, I always pull Divine's card, which is sort of the current energy that is happening. Then I look at also what the reading is going to tell us in the current energy and the future energy. It all depends on you, which way it's going to go, because energy changes in a split second, and how you determine and what you do can change in a split second depending upon you and your energies. All right. But this is beyond the ordinary. And now what he talks about that is very beautiful. I love this. I mean, just if you could just take a few seconds. He always has me look at something in the stars, or in the cards. So this is the number 9 in numerology. Okay. But if you see, there's lots of little orbs or stars or whatever you want to call them around this person. The ordinary would be the things that we can see here on Earth, things that we can touch, things that are tangible. But energy is, we can't see it. Okay. But we know it's there. It moves around. It's never like, think of it as being a sparkler. It's all over the place. And a sparkler is like a stick that we use in festivals. And you light it at the end, and it just sparks everywhere. That's sort of our energy. And when we pass on, that's how we are. We could be anywhere in many places at once, because that's what we are, is energy. So definitely this is a beautiful card, sharing beyond the ordinary. Pay attention outside of what you see. Don't focus so far in on only what you can see, because Divine is working to connect the dots of your journey behind the scenes. You can't see it. The reason why I say really pay attention to this, because it's the number 9 in numerology, and that means it's very intense. It's very much in the forefront. You really need to be paying attention to it. It's like right there. It's right almost in your face. All right. So really pay attention to what it is that you can't see, the energies around it. It's your intuition. So if you're going through a relationship, a job, or whatever, pay attention to your intuition around whatever that is. And you really need to listen to the intuition, but act on the intuition, not your personal self, not what your body and your head is telling you, but to go through what your soul, your spirit, and the Holy Spirit is trying to tell you, and other ancestors. I mean, you might feel energy around you sometimes of your ancestors. You might, if you had a loved one pass and maybe they had a certain smell, or there's like, maybe they smoke cigarettes or whatever, and all of a sudden you suddenly get a whiff of cigarettes as you walk by something, or a perfume or whatever. That's just them. That's them there trying to say, hey, I'm here, but there might be there for a reason. Pay attention to that. All right. So I don't, that's the ordinary. Those are the orbs. Those are the spirits. You're not going to see them. Some people can see, I hear. So I do know there is life after here. For a fact, I have witnessed it from my mother. We have talked. It sort of was strange the first time that we talked. But there is life after here, and know that it doesn't end in this world. Okay. This is a dimension that we live in. All right. So we're going to go to, so that's divine saying, really pay attention to what you cannot see, but do pay attention to your intuition. I have given you intuition for a reason. And the reason is that is your honing device to pay attention. All right. The current energies for also during this time of the 22nd through the 1st is the Ice Queen. Again, this is about the number 8, about something ending and something beginning, because it's a number 10. 10 turns into 1. So the 10 has a dual purpose. It is for something to end, something to begin. It could be like ending a job, starting a new job. It could be a relationship. It could be anything, a hobby. You could be like, you know what? I want to go back to school. I'm going to stop this nonsense of just sitting on my behind and go back to school. That's sort of what's going on. Ideas Okay, ideas preserved, non-action, and entitlement. Okay, so those are the cards on this one here. But it is also bringing something to an end and something to a beginning. So you're putting something to rest, but then a new energy is coming up. So you see her sleeping. Okay, so she's resting. She's putting something to bed. She's taking that new energy. But again, what's amazing, I love this. This is great. Look at these two cards. What do you see on there? You see sort of speckles in the center of her where the space is, where the unordinary is, where we cannot see, we cannot touch, we cannot feel, but that energy we know is there. And the same with this energy here. You've got all the orbs and all the energies that are just buzzing around. Okay, pay attention to your energies. Again, for somebody, I don't know who this is for, but for somebody, they are low in energy. They're always tired. They're always not just feeling right. It's just like, why can't I just get any energy? It's what you're putting into your body. It's what you're not doing. Okay. Because it says ideas preserved. Okay. Non-action. Non-action is not taking care of yourself, not taking care of maybe exercising or taking walks or putting the wrong things in your body. A lot of junk food, a lot of things that are not good for your body. Taking your ideas and you've got great ideas, but then you're just smushing them down, needing to allow those ideas to come out. Again, looking at the unordinary. Entitlement, that's just something that seems to be very worldly these days, that the younger generation, I'm a boomer, so hey, sorry. But it's entitlement. Nobody owes anybody anything. It is up to you and your journey to make the decisions and choices that is best for your journey. Nobody owes anybody anything on this earth. Okay, except you owe entitlement to yourself in taking care of yourself. Okay, that's these current energies. Again, that's the number 10, something beginning, something ending. Got to end an old habit, guys. Somebody's not taking care of their body. Got to end an old habit that isn't working for you. It's keeping you back. It's stifling you. It's not helping you. It's actually being more destructive than, and that could be a relationship. That could be a job. That could be a habit. That could be a thought. Thank you. So he's saying it's a mindset. He says your mindset has to change. If you don't change your mindset, you can't move forward. You can't allow me in, he's saying. Allow me in, allow me to help you, allow me to grow you, allow me to show you beauty and peace and love. Okay, I don't know who that's for, but that's what he's saying. Okay, couple of nines. Okay, so our future energy is, again, I don't like to do future energies because it is dependent on your decisions, your choices, and how you decide. However, I go by what divine tells me to do. Once again, we're looking at space. Somebody's more focused in on their future being worldly. You're so worried about the things of this world, the thought process of this world, of what other people think of you, that it creates you an anxiety, a panic, a depression of that nature, because it's also the number 9. Okay. It's this card here, sad embrace. The reason why it is a sad embrace is you cannot see the big picture. You cannot see that there is more to this things out there. If you look at the top of this, it is also very speckled with space. Space is a place that we cannot really see, we can't comprehend. We also can't see the other dimensions where things are happening that we cannot see, but we do know that they're connecting the dots. Okay, past, present, future. It's all one, actually, to divine. There is no time. The earth creates time. So divine does not have time like we have time. Okay. But whatever it is, this future energy for someone, you're creating your own, how do I say it? You're creating your own world of sadness, or woe is me, or why doesn't it happen for me? Why doesn't it work out for me? It does. You just cannot see it. Again, this is about mindset. Again, this is what he's talking about, is mindset. Get your mindset out of the things of the world and get your mindset in with what spirit is trying to show you. You will live a different life. I will been there, done that. I used to be depressed when in my 20s, and I didn't have anxiety because that was what we just called nervousness. But I did have depression because I was looking at and worried about what everybody else was thinking about me, what everybody else was saying about me, what everybody else was actually doing to me, creating low self-esteem, low value, low everything, until I took hold of my life and said, you know what? You don't define me. I define me. Again, that's where he's talking. That's where he's talking about. Okay. And that's where the healing comes in. That's where this Pisces energy, go with the flow feeling. Don't worry about what other people think. Really, it's not their journey, and they don't walk in your shoes. They've not been through whatever you're going through, been through, or going to go into. So definitely, yes, the number 9 is all over the place. We got the 9 of Cups straight out. Okay. Oops, so sorry. We've got the 9 of Cups straight out, which means this is a number thing. Remember, these are all 9s. This is not, these are all 3 9s. When you got 3 numbers side by side, you better be paying attention. It's a divine saying. It's like if you see 11 11 11 11 11 11 11 11, be paying attention because there is a message in there. Okay, and the number 9 messages is you can have all the things that you want and desire. There is something that you do have to heal from, something that you have to move forward from. You cannot look back. Again, I'll thank you. So I want to use the car. You have the front view mirror, or not the mirror, but the windshield, and you're driving forward. It's huge. It's a huge, huge window, right? It's because we need to see where we're going. But the rear view, or the rear mirror, or the rear window is very small. We don't want to keep looking back. We're not driving backwards. We go and we touch base with what's in the rear, but we don't stay there. We don't live there. We don't put a tent up there. We just keep moving forward. You turn and look, say, hey, that was the past. This is the future. You don't define my future. You don't define me now. I take hold of that. Boy, I don't know who this is for. But the number 9 is the thing of desire. This is something that either is happening to you, that things are finally turning around, things that you want. But this, again, changes. He's on a hard bench for a reason. He doesn't want to sit there. He's going to get hemorrhoids if he sits there too long. And he's going to get very uncomfortable. But he's very happy in the moment, very present, and he's very joyful in the moment. So for somebody, you might be getting to that phase, or you might be coming into that phase, or you might be there. Just know that, oh, I just want this to last. I just want this to last. It will last for the moment, but it is also your mindset, how you carry it forward. Okay? You can carry it forward like going on a vacation. You're almost to your last day, and you're just like, oh, I gotta go back home tomorrow. Oh, wow. Oh, geez, now I gotta go back to work. And this is that sad embrace that you're focusing in on the negative. You're focusing in on the low vibration. You're focusing in on that energy that will suck you down and keep you there. That would be the devil card. However, this is a mindset. Take that and say, you know what? This has been a fantastic time. This has been a great time. I'm going to remember everything. I can't wait until I come back and go again. This is, again, same scenario, different mindsets. Okay. And the more that you look at things in a higher vibration, a higher level, the divine will bless you more with that. Because it's like, oh, wow, you didn't take it for granted. Oh, you just didn't wallow in what I gave you. You were happy that what I gave you. And whoever is helping through on the other side, the angels, whatever angels are got your back, that kind of thing. They're like, oh, wow, really? We just gave them a beautiful vacation, and that's all they're going to do is wallow in. They got to go back to work. but we got things to go forward for them, people to touch, people to see, things to share, things to do, purpose and calling, all that kind of stuff. So again, seek beyond the ordinary. Okay, I'm going to keep saying that because that's divine card. That's what he wants you to do. All right. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the Knight of Swords. Okay, the Knight of Swords, and then we've got the Two of Wands. Lots of Two of Wands, lots of Three of Wands this this month. The reason being is, again, we're looking to the future. What are we doing? What are we acting on? What are we not acting on? What do we need to get rid of? What in the rear view mirror do we need to get rid of? Those kind of things. I always say rear view mirror, and you can look in the mirror, but it's the rear view window is what I'm trying to say. Alrighty, guys, let's see what we got here. So we've got the Knight of Swords, the Two of Wands. Okay. Now, for those of you that are brand new, thank you, but I look at the middle, or we look at the first card, the middle, and the end card. The first is sort of your past, what's going on, or maybe currently happening. The middle card is the foundation where things are happening and beginning to switch from past to present to energy to energy kind of a thing. And then your last card is your challenge card, which is hard for somebody, but this is where you need to focus, possibly on your healing, possibly on looking outside of worldly ways, things of that nature. Okay, so that you know how I do my readings, and I do mine specific because this is the way divine wants me to do it. And other people do readings different ways. So we've got, again, the Two of Wands, which is for your future. This is looking at the bigger picture. So for somebody, they might be looking at, what do I need to do now? What do I need? But you want to be able to have a bigger picture 5-10 years down the road, right? You want to have your feet in the sand right now, building a foundation, holding on to something, a seed that you're planting. However, you need to be looking for the future. This is something to bring a unity for the future because it's a number 2. Okay, unity is about a partnership or coming together, a unity or whatever of that. There is something, again, we have to break away from. Okay, the Three of Swords is right at the center of your reading. So we all have pain in, every single person on this earth has pain in our lives. However, whatever that pain is that has cost you, now is the time to turn it into a lesson, a joy, to learn what you need to be doing for your future, learning to pull out one of those swords and say, you know what, I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore, because that pain is now in the past. And again, the divine is saying, and with the moon energies in Pisces, is saying you need to learn to gradually heal, even from the baby steps that you go through. And I do readings one-on-one. So, I mean, if you do want a reading, it is done by donations. But if you need to have help in understanding that, or I have like 70 videos out there, either on Divine Warrior Intuitive or Get Balanced 2020 to help you with that. There's all kinds of videos there for spiritual healing, for growth, or for balance and things like that. That might be something that you need to look into, all right? But what I'm saying here is to acknowledge it. Acknowledge what the pain is, acknowledge what we need. Everybody needs healing in everything. I think that every person should actually go to, maybe not a secular counselor, but a counselor or therapist, because we all need it in this day and age, because the world is moving so fast that we need to be reminded of things. I even just went to one not too long ago. They did a bunch of tests on my brain because I was having some concerns. However, I also wanted to know about my brain as far as my abilities and things. And so it's very interesting to find out that somebody will validate, who is scientific, about, yes, you have abilities and you have intuitive, and it's getting sharper and sharper. And so things sort of get muffled in the world of that kind of a thinking. So it was really great sometimes to just get clarification. So, you know, maybe a therapist or a coach or a counselor or something of that nature, you need to maybe go into to help you with your healing pain. All right, so we need to do that. And what happens after that? I love this because we have the Three of Swords, and then we have the Three Cups back to back. because that brings release. Again, that brings celebration, that brings happiness, it brings joy, it brings something to release a pain and turn it to a understanding it was a lesson. When I went through my divorce, it was like I didn't understand it at the time. For years, I didn't understand it. Why would you do that? Get married for a year and then gone? I didn't get married till I was 41, and that was my soulmate, I thought. So why would that pain and all that happen? But now I see why, or years ago, I've seen why. And I thank that person because it taught me a lot of lessons that I needed to grow up, and I needed to change my mindset. But that didn't even change for years on down because of the sexual abuse that I went through. So this is a celebration time. This is the future moving forward, a celebration time. Again, we have the number 4 of Pentacles to let go. This is this new moon release. This is the releasing of all this negative bondage energies. This is about saying, you know what, or okay, somebody's feeling guilty about some money they spent or money they didn't get, or maybe they were due money and it didn't come. Don't worry about it. The more you worry about it, the less you have faith that you're going to get that and it's going to come back tenfold. Let it go. This is the Pisces energies, to let it go. Whatever it had to do, either monetarily or maybe, and monetarily could mean like if you had a house and you went through a divorce and you lost the house, let it go, because you will find that that energy of letting it go and not carrying all that low vibration with you will allow you to have it again, or even more, in a tenfold again. So don't let this future energy, this future mindset be sad. Don't let it be entitlement. Don't let it be, well, I deserve. We don't deserve anything. We are blessed. We are given things because of how due diligent we are in being kind, loving, caring, compassionate. The more that you are and obedient in that, you will be blessed tenfold. I don't know how much I've been blessed in the last, oh gosh, my life was turned around probably 4 or 5 years now, and I have not needed or wanted for anything, and I've been blessed abundantly. So again, mindset. Challenge card, Wheel of Fortune. I love this Wheel of Fortune because it is your choice. It is your decision. It is how you handle it. It is how you move forward, where that wheel stops. Okay. So you can actually spin it and it'll stop and keep your cycles and patterns going. Thank you for that. Is keeping your cycles and patterns going to way that you are right now, whatever it is. So think about the mindset that you're in. Think about where you're at right now. Step out of the world thinking like, well, so and so did this to me, or so and so did that to me, or I deserve that job, I deserve that promotion. Let it go. If you cannot take it with you when you pass on to the next dimension, then it's not worth it. It's not even, it's, why are you worrying about something you can't take with you? You can take love. You can take memories. You can take compassion. You can take kindness. That is the thing, is what it's telling you. Let go of this worldly crap and think about the things. One thing that I learned many, many years ago from a man, I brought this story up to somebody while we were on vacation, is don't worry about things that you cannot control, for one, but also think about the memories that you can make. Memories will go with you. Memories will go from another person. You start doing this yelling and people yelling at each other or getting angry at each other, they're going to remember those things, rather than saying, you know what, it's not what I agree with, it's not my morals, it's not my standards, you go do you, this is me, this is how my journey is going to go. So I don't know who that is for. However, this is something that we have to understand. Nothing is important unless you can take it with you when you pass to this next dimension. All right. If you want to call it heaven, if you want to call it dimensions, if you want to call it whatever, you can't take it with you that way. You can take memories. I know that for a fact. I've talked to my mom, and it's like, if we don't take our memories with me, I'd like to know who and what I'm talking to, because we had conversation. And I know that they take on, here, think about this for a minute. Think outside beyond the ordinary. Okay. What Divine is saying. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for showing me this. He says, think about the ordinary. If we even believe in spirits, or even think that there's, whether you see, whether you hear, whether you don't, whether you have intuition, whether you have a smell or whatever it is, if we don't look into that and look how close that is to us, we can't see it, we can't touch it, we can't feel it, but we know it's there. Why would we be wasting so much energy as a human race, as cultures, as religions, to know and believe in a spirit? Every single culture believes in a spirit of some type, okay, whether it be multi-gods, whether it be a god, whether it be whatever. Why would we focus so hard on that, but then we don't pay attention to it? I don't get it. I've been spiritual all my life, but I don't get that. So you're going to ask for things, you're going to hope for things, but you're not going to embrace the spirit. You're not going to embrace spirit. This is where pain can come from, because you're so focused on world. Okay, I don't know who that's for. And I don't even know what I just said, because sometimes it's right crazy the way that he comes into my head. I'm going to start writing down downloads because I just have too many coming in. Okay, so do a little bit of clarification, Divine. You want change, you're going to have to change. Okay, if you want change, the only way change is going to happen in life is changing your mindset. You're going to have to think from a spiritual mindset, not a worldly mindset. You will see, and I can be witness to that. Sit and talk to me for a while. You'll see that my life is completely changed around, and that's not just for me, that's for you too. It can change completely around. Okay, and you know what? I've lost a lot of friends, but they're more earthly, and that's fine. They're not at the level where I'm at, and that's just fine. Am I going to sad embrace that? Oh, I have no friends, or nobody understands me. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take that and I'm going to say, okay, there's a reason why you're keeping me protected. I see it as a protection. I don't see that as like taking things away. So it's protecting my energy for more of a higher vibrational energy. All right. So there is a change coming for somebody. Divine, can I see what type of change that is, please? Again, we're looking your future. So there's a unity, there's something trying to come together in the future. Really pay attention to right now that the seeds that are being planted, because this is coming forth. This is going to, they're going to try and bring it closer to you, and it's a good nature. Divine does never do anything in a low vibration. He always is high vibration, trying to bring you up to your best you. So there is something coming towards you that's going to bring a unity together. Now there's a celebration, and it may come through pain. It may sort of like owning a business, blood, sweat, and tears. But then when you actually get your business open and going for a couple of years, you have the celebration of having an income that you love, you enjoy, but you also can sustain your life with it. Okay, so that might be for somebody coming up. We've got pentacles in here, but we also have cups, a lot of cups. So this is something of your desire. The magician, again, it's either illusions. Make sure from this past energy of the first of the month with all the other planets that it's not an illusion, that you have your ducks in a row, that you are paying attention to everything that needs to happen. If it is with money, so for example, if you're going to work or whatever, you want to be mindful of, is this a new company that I'm going to or that I'm changing to? What are the reviews on that company? How many times have they, had turnover? And how many times do they get paid? How many times do they do raises? Those kind of things. If you're looking to go into a new adventure, say you want to do an Etsy channel, or you want to be a new business owner, or you want to go into a new avenue of what do you call it, of your career, then what you have to look into, what is it? What is the competition? How is the competition? Am I going to be, eating ramen for the rest of my life while I try to get into that? Am I going to be able to move into that successfully? It's sort of like when my daughter, when she was younger, she wanted to be a coroner. And so we did the research on a coroner, and the coroner, they would have to pretty much die in order to get a job, because they hold on to their jobs for years and years and years. And so it was not a good move for her. And then you look into forensics, and forensics, oh, wow, it's extremely competitive. There's not many jobs. So those kind of things, because this has to do around money, your desires, and what you want to do. Do your due diligence, because either you've lost out. Sorry, hang out. you've lost out on a job or something of that nature, and it created a lot of pain, a lot of doubt, a lot of like, man, I don't want to do this again, I don't want to go through this again. Then you have to do your due diligence. Need help in that? I'm a business owner. Just email me. What do I look for? What do I want to look for? I'll give you resources to go to. Okay. But that's the thing, is that you're going to have to really be mindful that if whatever you're going into, whether it be a relationship, a job, or whatever it is, because this is something you desire and want, it is going to change and rock your world in the future. Make sure, if you're dating, oh my God, if you're dating, if your relationship is not transparent and you're planning on getting married or living with this person and they can't be transparent with you, then that would be a deal breaker for me for moving forward until they could be transparent. Because when you are transparent, that means you are then a full unity. The number 2. Okay, you're a full unity. That means you are committed to each other. You are sharing everything, doing everything. You trust each other. You believe in each other and everything, and you're getting supported by each other. Okay, if you can't be transparent, again, that's looking beyond the ordinary. In this world, in this fast world, there's so much deceit and lying and manipulation that you want to make sure you're protecting yourself. You are the investment. You're the queen. You're the king. So you want to protect your investment. Again, that is your challenge card. That is the Wheel of Fortune. Are you going to live in fear and say, you know what? I just don't know what to say. I don't know how to come about it. I don't know how to talk about wanting to have children. You need to just come out and say it. I don't want to have kids. If you want to have kids, we're not meant to be. I don't see myself changing my mind in the future, but if you want to work towards and see if we're headed that way, we can do that. But you got to be transparent. Okay, the person that's not transparent isn't getting anywhere. Okay, you're gonna get you're headed for that. Definitely the death card, separation. All right. Alrighty, let's see what else we've got going here. This is again a general reading. It may resonate with you. There's several energies that are coming through. Divine has several people come through. I don't have any specific coming through right at the moment. I am getting downloads and plop thoughts of things, and that's what I'll say. You'll hear me say, I don't know who this is for, because this is a new energy coming through. I don't know who it is. Okay. I do know that you really need to pay attention to the energies. Somebody has a toxic energy around them that's creating, it is going to create your future of a lot of pain, a lot of hurt. This pattern is not going to stop. That means, like, if somebody was abusive, somebody was just down talking you all the time, not being supportive to you, it's crushing your dreams. So there is somebody out there that does that, and you need to release that energy. You need to go away from that energy. It's not meant for the future for you. Definitely, yes, it will change your energies here for a little bit, but you're going to feel so much release once it's done and gone. Or that person or that job or that thing. A habit, somebody's drinking too much alcohol. That's a habit that is very toxic. It's very painful. You may not see it. Thank you. So he's saying you may not see it, but what it is, people see it around you. It could be a toxic relationship. It could be a toxic job, whatever it is. Thank you. So the ripple effect happens. So when we are self-centered, again, this is the manipulation thing. This is the illusion. When we're either self-centered or we're trying to manipulate into doing something or having something or needing something, and we manipulate the situation, we're creating pain. We don't realize it, but we are, because it doesn't end with you. This energy doesn't say, well, I'm going to call in sick for work today, knowing that the company might be short-staffed already, and you just don't want to work that day. So you call in and say, I'm sick that day, but you don't realize what those other employees have to do. And again, it's a ripple effect, or how they're going to feel or how they're going to think, because maybe this is a habit you have. You call in all the time. And this is a ripple effect off of that. It could be also even further, where it's not only a ripple effect on the employees, but it's also on your boss. Now she's got to deal with that, and how she's going to schedule people, and how she's going to do that, and whether she's going to schedule you more. But what I'm trying to get at is there's a ripple effect, and it doesn't stop with you. Whatever you do, say, or act on, or don't act on, it doesn't end with you. It is a ripple effect. You are the pebble into the pond, and you create a ripple. Now, what is that ripple going to be? That's your mindset. When I call in sick, I'm sick, or there's something really, really wrong, because I know how it's going to affect not only me. Yeah, be selfish and say, oh yeah, well, I just want to take the day off. But I know what my team and what my crew is going to have to deal with. And that's not fair to them for me to be selfish. All right. I don't know who that's for. Sorry. All right. So, Divine, is there anything else in this general reading? Now, this again may not resonate with you, but it may, or it may be touching. Oh, yeah, I know somebody like that. That's what this is intended for. Share it with them. Okay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, though. Like and share, especially. That helps our channels, any channel, whatever channel you watch, and if you're enjoying it. Then I'm going to go on to, I will be going on to separate readings. So if you are a subscriber on my channel, you'll be seeing your signs come up here today and tomorrow for a reading. If you want to do a one-on-one reading, I am doing that with donations, but you will have your signs all in the next 2 days. So I just can't do them all today because it's a lot of energy. When I'm done with these guys by the end of the night, I'm drained. Because when you have divine come through and other energies come through, it takes a lot of energy for that to come in and process and spit it out. Because it doesn't come in only in words. It doesn't come only, it comes in signs, it comes in symbols, it comes in all that kind of stuff. So definitely. All right. So Divine, or anybody on the other side, is there anything else that you would like to share with any of the signs today that might be listening that maybe you need to touch, maybe that you need to share a message with, in anything of that nature, please? Somebody's getting ready. They're afraid to move. They're moving. Um, I don't know if you're moving far. I don't know if you're moving. It's like a sudden move. But it's something that you want to do. There's fear based in it. I don't know what that is for somebody. However, don't be afraid of it. It's divine intervene. It's something that is definitely at the forefront for somebody. It's like, I don't know if I should do this because it happens so fast, or it's happening too fast. When divine works, it does happen fast. It's out sort of out of the blue. So um, don't be afraid of that if that's you that's moving. I don't know if it's moving for a job, moving for a relationship, or just moving to get out of the area that you are. Could be also purchasing a house or something of that nature. I don't know what that is. Okay. Okay, so we have Judgment. We have Queen of... I'm doing the Hocus Pocus deck. This is one of my newer decks that I'm learning. I love it. It's just a play. I'm playful. I don't look at all the... I don't go into... I do playful, fun decks. But so this is about Judgment. It's also the number 10 again, about the number 1 and number 10, something ending, something beginning for your future. The Queen of Pumpkins and the 5 of Lightning. So this is the fun deck. This is Hocus Pocus. I love this. So what is this telling me? This is, again, something for your future, something of your desires and hopes. This is something, again, sort of like you've been thinking about it, but it is has not been in the forefront, but now it's time to really think where you want to take it to the forefront. You really, and it, because it's uncomfortable. The number 5 is about uncomfortable, and it means that it's uncomfortable because there might be a little fear based in it. There might be a little bit of what do you call it? It's like it's so new that, oh man, I got to learn it. I don't know it. I don't know if I'm qualified for it. It's an energy that isn't comfortable because it's new, sort of like that novice energy. All right. But it is something for your futures. Really pay attention to that, guys. Again, this challenge of your challenge card is this is going to be your decision. What is the energy you want to take forward? Again, this is your future energy, forward energy, the energy to pay attention to, number 1, because this is the most intense card. We have the intense of also beyond the ordinary. So I'm just going to say, to finalize up your reading, is really pay attention to what the moon and the planets are telling you, because astrology is really amazing, because it comes in cycles about every 40, 50 years. So whatever's happening to you right now, this is something that you really need to feel and release and get some energy about releasing something, because you don't want this pattern to continue. You don't want something to keep happening over and over and over. You have had, and I don't believe in luck, but if somebody will say, well, I've had bad luck for year after year, that's because you're processing, or the way that you're thinking, the way that you're moving forward is off. You're off balance. And that's why I have the channel Get Balanced 2020, teach you how to get back in balance so that you can move forward and have everything that you want, because it's number 9 in the very beginning. It's 9. You've got 2s all over the place. Where's the other 9? There was 3 9s here. 9. You got 10s. You've got 1s. You've got 10s. You got 10s. You got partnerships. Everything coming together. You got so much coming together. Again, if you live in the now and in the ordinary, which is the world, you are not going to see it. But if you really step out and listen to your intuition, listen to what is moving forward for your future, paying attention to what your future is holding, your energies of where you're thinking is low vibrational, high vibrational. Is it a good feeling? Is it a happy feeling when you think about these things and moving forward in that direction? Because it is going to change your life, and you need to change it into a high vibration. High vibration means you're living in the spirit, you're living in divine, you're living in purpose, you're living in calling, you're living in everything that you should be doing. If you're not getting those warm, fuzzy, happy ways of thinking and more joy-filled is spirit, happiness is earth. So if you're living more in happiness and like doubt and fear, that's low vibrational. That's going to keep you, that pattern, that astrology pattern, the planets moving over and over and over again in that same pattern. Break the pattern. That's what I'm going to say. Break the pattern. Go with something and think of a mindset more of high vibrational. Don't know how to do that? Contact me. I help in transforming people's mindset a lot. But it's not about transforming a mindset. It's about you transforming your mindset so that you can be happy, joy-filled, and know your purpose and calling and where you want to go in your future. Because somebody right now is thinking about it, but they haven't moved on it. All right, move on it. And if it feels warm, fuzzy, high vibrational, like, yeah, this feels good, I should be doing this, divine's going to intervene, and that's where that fast energy comes from. And it's a little scary. It is a little scary, I will tell you, because it's not comfortable living in spirit. It is more comfortable to live in earth because you can see, touch, hear, and all that kind of stuff. But I'll tell you from experience and witnessing and testimony that once you go and you live more in the spiritual lifestyle of living and making choices and decisions, your life will turn around completely. It will. It's been there. So I don't know what it is you got to release. I don't know what you got to heal from. I don't know what pain you need to let go from, but now's the time to do it so you can move forward. Stop moving backwards. Stop living in the graveyard and putting a tent there. Go back to the graveyard, visit every now and then, say, hey, I remember. Thanks for the pain. Thanks for allowing me to grow. Here's some flowers. See ya. Gotta go. All right, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I am going to be doing your reading, so whatever sign you are, watch. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. You'll be able to know when that's coming on. I'm going to do readings in between my leather work today. I got a saddle I got to do. So I'm going to be doing readings in between to give myself some breaks. So watch for them. They'll be live, so you can always come on and comment as well. Take care. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget to walk in absolute truth and love. Adios.